Okay. Welcome back to another one of my streams. Hello. How are you doing? Whether you're watching live or after the fact. Welcome to Broken Sword. Let's get Spotify off. You can just about hear a tiny, it's not very loud, the game, the volume in the menu, but yeah, Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, Reforged. This one, I think, was quite an overwhelming win on the poll that I did. Let's get a final vote count. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, 58% of the votes. And then Return to Monkey Island and Shadows of Doubt, 17%. So 12 votes. Thank you very much for voting. It does. It helps because I like to know what consensus is. So it's beneficial to do. So thank you. And yeah, vote on any others I do. It is really helpful to me. So Broken Sword won 58% of the votes, which means that's what we're going to be starting today. I know nothing about the game. I'll be honest with you. I know very, very little about this game. So let me just make sure the game volume's a bit higher. Or maybe it'll be louder once the game starts. Okay. So, choose your preferred game style. You can change the settings at any time in the options. Enjoy the interactive story at your own pace. Incidental actions you have tried before are removed. Automatic hints for gentle guidance. Or classic. Original adventure game experience. Keep track of repeat actions by yourself. I think manual hints only. We're going to do that one. As long as there is a button for hints, then I'm happy. That is what I'd be worried about. Choose control method for tutorials. You can use any control method at any time. Oh, mouse. Okay. I thought it was saying mouse or keyboard. I was like, well, obviously both. But okay, left click to walk about. Yeah. Move the cursor around to find the points of interest. That'll be the little circle. When over something interesting, they will pop up. Left click to interact. Or right click to examine. So there's going to be an icon above left and above right. Click here to show the menu bar. Access menu options, game help, and controls help. Okay.
Paris in the fall, the last months of the year and the end of the millennium. The city holds many memories for me, of cafes, of music, of love, and of death.
Here we go. Might be nostalgic for some, not for me. But I just saw the art style and loved it, and then realized I didn't realize that there's so many games kind of like Monkey Island that are like so well liked of these kind of point and click games. Like Disney, isn't it? Kind of. That's the kind of impression I got from the remade art style. I think this is the first game. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't really look too much into how many games there are. I think this is the first one that they made. Obviously remastered. Oh. Going into the bistro. instant murder. Are you mad? Damn. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
As I picked myself up, all I could hear was the ceaseless drone of traffic. Life went on around me. But the explosion was to change my life forever.
Let me just go back. And increase the volume. For me, and probably for you. Okay. Why is my tablet not loading Wi-Fi? I need to go grab my phone, 2 seconds. Okay. I'm now ready. Oh, it was my stream lagging, but it's actually my tablet. Okay, so let's get started then, shall we? So that is flashing.
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened. The umbrella had protected me from the bomb blast, but it was of no use to me now.
So are they always going to flash like that at me? I'd rather figure them out for myself. Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. So, gameplay. Option reduction. Display actions that would trigger a repeat. Automatic hints off. Highlight frequency. Manual hints, yes. Progress notifications, bonus content, okay. Okay, there's no other resolutions. Audio. Let's go there. Okay. That will do.
I considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence. The table had been overturned by the explosion. The table had been overturned by the explosion.
Okay. Can we go in? And I'm about to mess with all sorts of evidence because I'm going in here.
It was the body of the old man. It was hard to believe I'd seen him alive only minutes before.
So he's the one that had the briefcase.
I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
Who are we? We're not any sort of investigator then.
A mysteriously undamaged bottle of spirit stood on the bar.
I can pick that up.
I needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy. The pretty young waitress was unconscious.
Oh, we got.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am.
Oh, American.
She asked the question quite innocently, but I could sense her reserve. It was something which seemed to afflict all Europeans. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
I'm assuming I'm not.
No, but I used to play hospitals when I was a kid. Can you remember anything
I
at
don't
all?
know if I am a doctor.
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a cheat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
That's better.
She knocked back the brandy as if it was water. I was glad I wasn't picking up the check.
What about your man? Is he dead?
Seems to be.
Yes, he is.
Ah, mon Dieu. I've never seen a real-life corpse before. Except for Grandmaman. That was different. She was family. Has he gone stiff?
I shouldn't think so. He's only been dead a few minutes.
Who is this to talk about people?
Did you know the old man?
No, monsieur. I never saw him before.
Do you remember what happened when the clown entered?
I remember that all about tune he played all right. It was like a funeral dirge.
I'd never liked accordion music either.
Hmm.
Stay here, mademoiselle. I'm going to look around for evidence.
Okay, so there's nothing else in here that I can see or interact with, so we're going to go back out.
Wrapped around the lamppost was a newspaper.
Grab that.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah Eddin, 1345.
Is that a clue? You found an item. New controls help is available. Okay, so click there to your items, or spacebar. Right click to examine. And then left click, carry it. Then click it onto something. Combine them on each other. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
It was a Paris daily tabloid newspaper, full of sex, scandal, and sports results.
Okay. What about this guy? He seems to be just carrying on his work. Oh.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm
Oh,
innocent.
no.
I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, eh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
Back to the crime scene.
What a mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur. Stop holding your breath at once.
Oh dear.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is
God,
quite
he's
dead.
good.
Clearly, the killer knew of his presence and...
How many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All we know is that he is dead.
It seemed reasonable to assume...
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why, he was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians. Anyway, it is unlikely that even you will learn much from talking to the dead. Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
I doubt if she is in a fit state for questioning, monsieur. It smells to me as if she has been drinking.
Oh, that's my
As
bad.
I feared,
That's my bad.
we have stumbled upon a den of iniquity, Moo.
Leave her to me, sir. I am used to handling drunken women.
I do not doubt that for one moment. Et maintenant, to business.
Yes, to business.
Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No, he was more interested in the waitress.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
Yes, the clown.
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon, the picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live if she survives the hangover. She doesn't remember seeing a clown, monsieur.
That's odd.
Well, that's
Don't
shit.
you think, monsieur? Who am I to believe, I wonder? Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave.
I know nothing.
I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
That's rude.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
Brilliant
I
advice.
honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Okay.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest
bloody
in
hell.
psychic detection was purely academic.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
Right, let's get out of here, yeah, before that nonsense happens. Who's this now?
The girl presented a confident but sullen mask to the world, an expression more suited to the face of a delinquent youth.
Weird. Let's have a look at the card first. No.
The card read, Augustin Rousseau, and gave an address to the south of the Montparnasse Cemetery.
Okay. Let's go talk to her. She keeps
Excuse
taking
me,
off her-
mademoiselle? Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the
Sounds like
sound
they've
of
kept
it.
the original audio,
Yeah,
haven't
that's
they, and
right,
just
on
put the
holiday
new
in
graphics
Paris.
on top.
Some holiday, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
Well, what's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you can interview me about the bombing. You know, an eyewitness account. Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
Him again? What do you mean, him again?
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
Tell me the story.
I don't.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the
They were
cafe.
gonna meet here,
I
but
guess
he
I'll
never
never
made
know
it.
what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation. You speak very good English for a French girl.
Thanks. You speak very good English for an American.
Oh, shots fired.
Do you know a police officer called Rosso?
Russell? Our paths have a knack of crossing. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was deliberate. Have you seen Russell? Is he here?
He's inside, attempting to question a witness with his psychic powers.
What? That guy is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found this newspaper
So
outside the
it's like
cafe.
Table Tower where
That
you
is
can
not a
ask people
newspaper,
about the
it's a
items that
gossip
you find.
rag.
It may have belonged to Plantar.
So, he had a taste for sensationalist smut with right-wing bias. That doesn't tell us much.
There's something written in it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
It sounds like a betting tip. The name of the horse and the time of the race. What do you think?
That's what I thought, but the name of the meeting isn't given.
Well, so what? I'm not the least bit interested in horse racing, are you?
No, but it could be a clue to the killer's next move.
Do you think his next victim will be the jockey? Or the horse?
She looked at me with a playful twinkle in her eye. Okay, it's a long shot.
She's really calling us out on our awful theories.
Look, the inspector gave me his card.
Oh, I didn't know his first name was Augustin. It suits him, I must say.
Okay,
See you again, I hope.
that's it.
Adieu, monsieur.
So we can go... Ooh, what was that? I assume we can only go this way. I save. I just want to get a save in. Okay.
The muscular workman wore a morose expression, like a silent warning to leave him to get on with his job.
Well, we'll ignore the warning and have a chinwag.
Hi, can you spare a few minutes?
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah, I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess. Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Quel bit. I could have knocked his block off.
Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Bah! Look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals. Cha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say.
Wow.
All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it.
Wow.
Look at the size of those.
Got to page
Like
3.
champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
Okay.
It was a huge and weighty-looking engineer's telephone.
What? What's happening? Huh? How is that a telephone? What's happening? There's an envelope with the same horse, Salah Adine, 1345. I don't quite understand.
It was a battered metal toolbox. I found a T-shaped tool in the box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
Okay. That's so bizarre that we look at a telephone.
It was a huge and weighty-looking engineer's telephone.
But then when you interact with it, it's an envelope with the horse's details on it that he wasn't aware of until he'd read the paper, but it's right there. Okay, whatever. Whatever.
Set into the huge gate was a smaller access door.
We can't open that. That's to leave the
The
town,
door was
right?
securely locked.
Yeah. That's fair. Can we go this way? Whoa. I can click that or that. Or is it just me clicking that title? Oh, so I can go here or here. I think that seems a bit excessive now. Seems ages away. But alright. I love the artwork. The artwork is stunning. Hopefully you can see it, but it does it justice for you.
The policeman was not much older than me. His face wore an expression of intense concentration.
Really is lovely.
It was a public telephone. Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Huh? What for?
In the event of an accident, it would help us to know where to send the body.
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say?
Have you had any reports concerning a suspicious clown?
Why, yes. There was a fracas only this morning. 3 arrests for public disorder.
And you say there was a clown involved?
A clown and a particularly offensive piece of sculpture with balloons. Are you in any way involved with the reprobate, monsieur?
No, not me.
Mhm.
May I see Inspector Rosso?
He's not here.
But
Do you wish to leave a message for
Well,
him?
he's obviously not
I
here.
have
We
a
just left
choice
him.
of blue or black pen. I'd recommend the blue for a less formal communication.
I'd prefer to talk to him in person.
As you wish, monsieur.
Is Sergeant Moo available?
What? You want to speak to him?
Yes, please.
I cannot recall the last time someone asked to speak
I'm
to
not
Mo.
surprised.
No one ever speaks to him. Not even his kids. Eh bien,
That's sad.
he's not here, monsieur. He is with Inspector Rosso. Like Laurel and Kitten. No, monsieur?
Hardy. Oliver Norville Hardy.
Already clicked that one, right?
Take a look at this.
Inspector Rosso's personal card. Where did you get this?
He gave it to me.
Why?
I think he was impressed with my powers of observation. He asked me to contact him if I had any information.
I see. You are a grass.
That's right.
Have you any idea what this tool is used for?
Oui, monsieur. It is a dipstick.
Thanks for your help, officer.
And the only other things
It was a-
these. Okay, why does it keep doing this? Why does it keep doing this? I don't get it. It did it with the telephone. It did it with the other why is it doing that? Happening in St. Dorban. Hope you're very well. Can you help me here? This is the second time now I've interacted with something. And then it's just showing me this envelope with that on it. I know what that means. That's the horse. But I want to... Seems weird. Seems weird. Must be a reason. I mean, these are the only two places I can go. It can't be the only two places I can go, but why can't I look at telephones? I can go this way. No, fair enough. The cover is very pretty and the artwork is beautiful. We'll find it out together. Don't worry. I'm sure it's nothing important. There's lots to look at here.
The drain pipe looked as if it would bear my weight.
How are you doing, Undormant? Are you well?
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe.
Okay,
I guess
brilliant.
the clown had an escape over the rooftops. The window was protected by stout-looking iron bars.
Can I take this
I
off?
decided
No.
I'd had an... It was a battered old trash can.
Anything in there? Apparently not.
It was a stack of cardboard boxes which had once contained bottles of wine.
Good, I'm alright, thank you. Tell you what, I've been playing non-stop in the evenings this week and all of today before the stream is Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't know if you've ever played it. Obviously I'm late to the party, it's not a new game, but there's a second one coming out next year. And I've just been engrossed in it. I'm fully, immersed in it. It's a fucking fantastic game. That's been where most of my time has been.
I examined the boxes closely. They were damp and smelly and decidedly empty.
Oh dear.
It smelled like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
Lovely. Oh, a kitty! Oh. Anything else apart from the drain pipe now?
There was nothing of interest. It was an iron cover concealing the entrance to a drain or sewer.
Oh, will this be the dipstick,
I tried to
maybe? Hey.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelled like the entrance to a sewer.
Well, there we go. Down we go into the stinky sewer. What could go wrong? Such a pretty game. I know I've already said it, but... Wow. Lovely artwork. Really nice. There's our red ball. Clown red ball? I'm onto him.
It was a shiny red plastic ball, sat incongruously on the slippery green slimed floor.
A dead rat, though. Yeah, we'll take that.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized
the
it
nose.
was intended to be worn.
It's the nose.
It was the clown's red nose.
Mmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, usually I would hate to go in them, but I was quite intrigued to see the artwork for it. It's cool. It's cool. Tissue?
It was a soggy, crumpled paper tissue.
Taking it. Only this sort of game as well would you
I
pocket
scooped up the
everything that
soggy
you find,
tissue.
like tissues.
It was
You
cold
just
and
wouldn't pick
greasy.
it up. But on this
like
sort of game, you never know when
breakfast
you're going to need to
leftovers.
combine it with something. Got different colours on it.
It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers.
Interesting.
The railing was put there for a simple reason, to stop people getting past. It worked.
Let's see about that. Where's that red? Is that safe? Must be safe.
It was a small scrap of cloth caught on the rusting spike. I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
Was your chat not working initially? On dormant? Saying that your nagging worked out? Were you having issues? Sucks if you were. I mean, oh, who's
Hi
this?
there.
Yeah, maybe I
Hold
do,
it
you're
right
right.
there.
Maybe.
You swear, right? I knew you'd come back. And now I've got you.
What are you
No,
talking
I'm not
about?
the clown.
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
The clown.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu, that is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Oh, he's got
Well,
it.
Yes, it
He's
had
smart.
crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you were doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Haha, most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
True.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him.
Whatever. Yeah,
Even if it
Plantard
means
had.
following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Ah, you need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those.
Yeah,
stupid
terrorist tourist.
sneakers.
They're so similar. Dormant, just so that you know for the beginning, we were sat outside a cafe, and like a kind of older businessman went into the cafe, and then this clown went into the cafe, and you saw the clown take the briefcase of the businessman and swap it with this accordion that then exploded and killed the guy in the cafe. So the clown has run off with some briefcase belonging to that businessman. We don't know what was in the briefcase or why the clown wanted it.
Do you know the
but that
waitress
is
at the
basically what
cafe?
happened.
Oh, hey, she isn't hurt, is she?
And this
No,
woman was a
she's
waitress
fine.
or something
Oh,
in the
thank you,
cafe.
Lars.
She's still alive.
A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming
Carmen.
the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster.
I'm an American terrorist. A
tourist.
tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Well, I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
My card.
Mm-hmm. What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
Homicide.
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Mm-hmm. Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going down this
Don't
angle.
apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know.
When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
So he'll have different responses now, maybe.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against.
Oh no, why would I block you? No,
He
absolutely
made a big
not.
mistake when he took on
No,
one
no,
of the
no.
desert hyenas.
Yes,
I'm glad you got
get
it sorted.
the picture.
What did they give a reason as to why, or did they just say, all right, we fixed it without any reasoning? 'Cause that sucks.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
So you don't want to hear about my experiences in the desert? I fought to make this country what it is today.
I'm
Fair
sure
enough,
you did.
I guess,
but
if you're not going to
I'm
get a
little
reason as long
short
as they
of
finished
time.
it.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was.
Ah, there we go.
Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Why is that still there?
Do you know the wait?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find?
Oh,
Cut my toenails.
that's disgusting. Okay, so if the picture's still there, it means I got more to say.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
I have one just the same as that, monsieur. I will fetch it if you like.
No, don't bother.
Oh, it is no bother, monsieur.
Nah, forget it.
Just trying to be helpful, monsieur.
Did I show you my...
Oui? Just like mine. Except that it is much smaller.
Nice. Why is it still there?
Did I show...
Just...
Okay, right, so my theory is wrong.
Take a look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
What does this
That's to
tissue
wipe the
mean to
makeup
you?
off.
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone had emptied their nostrils into it.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. Pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Who is it?
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as
Mind-blowing
an
theory.
ordinary person.
Wish I'd thought of that.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
Anything else?
What was the name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the techniques by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get our reward.
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Correct.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Raymond, I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out.
Thank you. Okay, so we do have some info. We have a seamstress that we need to track down.
I hope you find your man, Inspector.
So do I.
Ah, that's what that door is. Okay. Yeah, he is. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's go back to the shop. Has anything changed? No. So do I need to phone? Oh, right. So is this going to be like our notes or something? But when we get to a phone, I can ring that. Okay.
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No. No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick.
We need to ask him about
But
the
I
jacket.
think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Right.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I think
told
so.
you,
They gave us no
I never heard of
context
Plantar.
about who our character is at all, in terms of like why he's getting involved. We're just there and we just decided to get involved, so I think we are very bored, even though we're traveling Europe.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper,
Oh.
listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door.
Oh.
Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work.
Damn,
He
I'm
can't
pulling
wait
the
to show
heartstrings.
him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog.
Yeah.
Waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know, Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
That didn't help. That didn't help at all. Damn, back to square one.
It was the scrap of material I'd found in the sewer.
Interesting. Well. Guess I've got a couple more things to show the police officer, but other than that... yeah, we do know how to use the phone,
Hi, it's me again.
but that's not help progress at
Again?
all.
Yes, I spoke to you, but of course, Stobart.
But let's show him everything we found now.
Have you any idea what this tool...
Oui, monsieur.
Oh no, he's already told us about that. These, sorry.
I found this red nose near the Café de la Chandelle Verte.
A clown's nose?
That's right. The guy who wore this is a savage killer.
If you say so, monsieur.
I found this tissue.
What the hell is that?
It's evidence.
Evidence of what? Mayonnaise smuggling?
The sticky stuff is grease paint.
Ah, and that is supposed to make me happy, is it? I suggest you think long and hard about what you're doing with your life, monsieur.
Got a point.
I found this scrap of material in the sewer.
Vraiment?
It was probably torn from the clothes of a psychotic killer.
Even if you were Sherlock Holmes, I would have trouble
Holmes.
believing you.
Damn. Why is that
Do you
still
know
there?
anything about Rosso's psychic techniques?
I cannot comment on my superior's methods. All I will say is that Inspector Rosso has an impressive record.
He's a good detective?
One of the best. He's a man of honor, with a fine sense of duty.
You wouldn't say he was a screwball?
Not to his face, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
Can we try phoning the guy again? Don't see what's going to achieve, but...
Hello? Mr. Oh,
No, okay.
forget it.
Interesting. We'll go back to the scene of the crime. See if we can talk to the police there.
Sergeant Moo,
You heard the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
There's so much evidence now.
did you find the victim's briefcase yet?
No, sir. The inspector gave me specific instructions to guard this door. Until he countermands these orders or backup arrives, here I stay.
I really did see the clown. He ran into the alley across the street.
Did you follow him?
I lost him. I figure he went underground.
Do you know how many kilometers of sewers there are beneath this great city?
It's not a question I've lost sleep over.
I have no doubt that Inspector Rousseau will organize a proper search.
Yeah, and asking loads of questions.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
It's pretty
Does that
suspicious.
worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
Did you notice the young woman who was here earlier?
The girl with the camera? Yes, monsieur. She works for one of the newspapers.
Did you see where she went?
She has gone home to develop her snapshots. She took one of me, you know. She said mine was the kind of face that makes great pictures.
She did?
Wait, I have great depth of character. That's what she told me.
Did she leave her address?
No, monsieur. But I have a telephone number.
There we go.
50 48 26 17.
Thanks.
She said to call her in a few days when the photographs are ready.
Thank
I
you.
thought I'd take the best shot of me and use it for personalized Christmas cards.
Great idea, Sergeant. I'm sure your family and friends will be astounded. I found this red nose in the sewer.
What were you doing down there?
Fishing for clues. That's where the
Oh,
clown
I don't know. He's been
You
pretty
still
funny
insist
early
you
game. I think
saw
he's going to
a
be about for a
clown,
while.
monsieur?
Of course. And this novelty nose
Pretty good.
proves it.
It will take more than a plastic proboscis to convince Inspector Rousseau.
You don't want this as evidence, then?
But yeah, the other thing you missed
Certainly
is
not,
Inspector
monsieur.
Rousseau, who turned up. Who's the guy in the first picture there. He is some sort of psychic detective.
Do you recognize this dirty tissue?
No, monsieur, I do not.
I found it in the sewer.
Perhaps it would be better if you put it back there.
No way. This could be an important clue.
If you say so, monsieur.
I believe this material came from the clown's clothing.
If you are right, monsieur, then the clown must be an Englishman.
Wow.
How do you figure that?
Only the English would wear a suit made from material like that.
Don't you like the English?
It is not so much a question of liking, rather one of taste. They have none.
Wow. I mean, I'm not English. Oh, I'm not insulted.
See you later, sir.
He will. Let me just do a little quick save. Okie dokie. So, back to that telephone. And we can ring her now. Nicole.
Bonjour, Kula.
Oh, hi. It's George
There we are.
Stobart.
Your theory,
the
remember
American
that
at the
at the
cafe.
end.
How did you get my
Might
number?
have called
The
it.
gendarme gave it to me. Is anything wrong?
I'll say there is. What do you want?
I was hoping you'd help me find the answer to a few questions.
Such as?
Who was the clown, and why did he blow up the cafe?
I'm a journalist. I usually ask the questions.
Look, if you're covering this case, I might be able to help you out.
Really?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
Sorry about that. Okay. I think we've got an address for it now, right? So if we go to the map... Yes, let's go. Okay.
The shop window featured a display of gowns and women's stuff.
I know, right? She didn't even give us her number. She just didn't care that we'd rang her. He's pretty charming.
It wasn't the style of the clothes in the shop that caught my eye, but the prices. The same amount of money would feed a starving family for the rest of their lives. I guess people who buy that kind of stuff don't have a problem with their consciences.
That hers?
The door was shabby and in need of a coat of paint. I couldn't imagine the Collard woman living here.
Oh, we don't have to go there just yet.
The woman was doing something with a pair of needles that couldn't be described as knitting. She was a cheery old soul, the kind you'd walk across the street to avoid.
Walk across the street to avoid.
The vacant shop was sealed with a steel blind.
So mean.
There was no way of lifting the securely locked blind. It was a food store selling fruit and vegetables. I glanced without much interest at the fruit. It was dusty, shriveled, and tired looking. They were lilies or tulips. Some kind of flowers anyhow. Pretty, I guess, if you like that sort of thing. Me? I couldn't see the point of buying something that was already half dead.
Alright, let's talk to her. Buy some
Oh,
flowers
hi.
For the woman first.
Bonjour, monsieur.
God, she's smart.
Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to. Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
I didn't know that.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
Where's the
You're
music on like
going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
how does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Okay, it's gone now.
What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity.
No.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris.
There we
The
go.
flame of
That's more like it.
passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Ooh.
Well, they're no use to me.
Okay.
I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Stealth.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. You're a young lady.
Undormant, you can't just
She deserves
accuse everyone of being the clown. Okay, you gotta stick to one.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her
Why is
fine
everyone
clothes.
psychics? The inspector is a
Oh,
psychic.
I've
she's
heard
a
her
psychic.
crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now, don't you let on that I've told you.
I won't.
She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
What can you tell me about...
It's a...
What can you tell me about...
nothing?
Do you reckon...
No.
What do you...
Is it something
No.
formidable?
See you later.
Okay,
That's right, monsieur. You will.
we will. Alright, let's go in there. Give it a shove.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
Wonder if I wouldn't have been able to go in without speaking to the flower lady. Oh, look how pretty it is again. Hello.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George.
I love that pillow. A kitty. Damn, look at
Eh bien?
that. Look a great way to try
And
your
what have you
clothes.
been up to?
I've been
Out of the way.
exploring the sewers beneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck,
she
she
likes
said.
us.
Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
I took my photographs to the editor, but he wasn't interested. Can you believe it? He told me to drop his story.
Mm.
But you're not about to do that.
Oh no. I am going to find out what's behind these killings. You know what I think? It's a conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
That covers just about everyone. May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Why? I don't need to use the telephone.
How did Plantar get your name?
For the newspaper, La Liberté, I'd written an article linking 2 unsolved murders, one in Italy and the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer.
Hmm.
Plantar said he could supply me with more information. Somehow, the clown must have known about our appointment.
Ow.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arno Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it! Millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off.
Was he killed for his money?
No. He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grew up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was led to his death by a snowman.
I mean, granted, people would have a lot of they've all got their own motives, but I'm gonna hold off before I point the finger like you are, Thundorman, but I like that you're not committing to one
Rosso
theory, you're
didn't
spreading
blink
them out
when I told
to
him about
everyone
the
that we meet.
clown. It's as if he already knew.
That is typical of a cold fish like Rosso. I've seen cheeseburgers with more spunk.
Ew. Disgusting.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was
Hey,
committed to
nothing
dismantling
wrong with that, 'cause one of
Japan's
them will be
automobile
right.
industry.
So,
I can't
no
see him
need to
gaining much
apologize.
support with a loony policy like that.
Yamada was a man of vision. He was years ahead of his time.
If you say so. How did he die?
At the end, or should I say, flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown. You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
Or a premature death. This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do. I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, was this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown
Yeah,
costume.
we've got a lead, but
Why
yeah,
don't
stay
you
away
put
from
it on,
anyone dressed
Joe?
up.
No way am I wearing this. I'd look really stupid. Besides, you might have had a cold.
Okay, so that's another lead. Hopefully that'll update on the map.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
Oh, bro, that's disgusting, George.
I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use. Or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
Damn, she's really scared of it.
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Wait, what?
Checkered pants. The same material
Where's
as I
the
found in
clown
the
stuff?
sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Interesting.
Oh, no?
Oh, so this wasn't
Take
him running
a
out of
close
the
look at
cafe.
his left cheek.
A scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
Oh, a crescent moon.
Well, that's a good clue.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Tell me more about yourself.
Oh, there is not much to tell.
Well, how did you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought my first camera. I was 8 and my parents had just split up.
Did you live with your father?
Yes, my mother went off with her new boyfriend. I don't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Ah, I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted I should study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
Oh, God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas,
Yeah, I'm sure the clown wasn't
Most of
right,
my year turned to
but-
minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go
Don't be too
poaching
hard
in
on
the
yourself,
park for
but
squirrel
that is what you
hair.
get for pointing the finger
The
at
only
everyone,
time
but
I wasn't
don't worry.
hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh no!
I keep clicking here, but
Do you want this photograph?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
Do you want this?
No.
alright. So can I
May I?
call
Thanks.
the costume guy again? Oh my god, I don't like that. Join forces. Okay. 361 Rouge. So that's her address. So let's see if there's any more dialogue with him now.
Hello? It's... what?
Yes.
Did you make a suit for a man with a scar on his face? A scar in the shape of a crescent moon?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Tell me where I can find him and I'll leave you alone.
And if I don't,
I won't leave you alone.
I can't tell you anything unless you give me his name.
Do you know where I can find the guy with the scar?
I told you. Without...
Okay.
Thanks for nothing.
So a little bit of progress, not much.
Do you have a boy?
That's none of
Well.
your business.
And then that's all the same. Okay, so let's
I'm
go.
going back out to search for that clown.
Where?
I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
Yes. Can I look around here or no? Okay, no. So you're either in talking to her, sat down, or you're out. Fair enough. See if she knows the guy.
Oh, hi.
Hello?
My handsome friend.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
What a hunk.
He's a killer.
I can see that. His eyes
She's
say it
thirsty.
all.
So no?
Do you recognize?
No,
Okay, that's all you had to say.
See you
that...
Costume shop it is. This one? Yes. Oh god.
She reminded me of a girl I dated back in high school. Come to think of it, the dummy had more personality.
Shots fired. Why is my Wi-Fi not working again?
As I was about to touch the dummy, I realized it had the same color eyes as Nico.
Bear with me, because I can't see my chat now. Bear with me, bear with me. Why is that Wi-Fi no good? Okay, let me just turn my Wi-Fi off my phone. Let me tablet off. I don't want to miss the chat, but for whatever reason, my Wi-Fi's having a wobble. Okay. Or is that the same guys? Neat.
The strange thing was, I hadn't realized I'd noticed the color of Nico's eyes.
Don't get my back. Okay. My tablet is it's the Wi-Fi in here. Thankfully, I'm plugged wired for the stream. And I've got a Wi-Fi booster in here that's not working. So then my tablet, which is going on the Wi-Fi, is not working. So I've got my phone on 5G. So all back to normal.
The guy's
My internet
spoon-shaped face was
sucks.
mournful
It's
and
just so
humorless.
shit.
He looked like a
That's why
vegetarian
there's
in a
always at least one
slaughterhouse.
issue when I stream. So I apologise, but it's my area. Blame.
Excuse me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind, for in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible. You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
Okay.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
The clown I'm looking for is a cold-blooded killer. Give me his name, and I'll see he's brought to justice.
I'd help you if I could, but you can't expect me to remember all my customers. You see, the clown costume is our most popular line, monsieur. On average, we hire out more than 30 clown suits a week. You'll have to give me more to go by. A description, perhaps?
He's trying it, isn't he? I should show... Where's the ID? I used to have the ID in my inventory, but it's gone. When I showed it to that first guy who believed me, I couldn't keep using it.
How come clowns are so popular?
I think it has something to do with their unpredictable nature.
Personally, I think clowns should be banned, along with mimes.
Oh, come now. Who doesn't love clowns?
Me, for one.
Me for two. Yeah, and where's the tartan material?
Do you want this red nose back?
Not
guess
after
now we got the
it's
photo.
been worn, thank you.
Does this dirty tissue mean anything to you?
Let me smell that.
Ew. That's disgusting.
Bestheimer's number 7,
Yeah,
white
start position.
pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
Do you recognize this man?
Ah oui, he was here this morning. He chose 2 costumes. Bozo the clown and Seamus the pixie.
What's his name?
Very smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Your Khan.
Are you sure this is the same man who hired the clown suit?
Certainement, Monsieur Khan.
Thanks
Okay.
for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay.
Brilliant.
What are you trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Do I need a license?
Okay.
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
Novelty poop.
It was a disgustingly realistic plastic novelty. Like one I'd left on the teacher's desk at school. Boy, that caused so much of a stink you'd have thought it was a real one.
Gonna take it?
As my fingers closed on the plastic novelty, I realized my mistake. It was a novelty, all right, but it wasn't plastic.
Ew. Okay.
It was an antique phonograph, the kind you have to wind by hand.
What a weapon it is as well. Boom. Go. We don't have a number. So. Oh, he's back. Use the phone. Now we've got a name. Monsieur Khan.
I found out is yeah, it's Khan. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I
Hotel
don't remember
Ubu.
the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
Yeah. Okay. Let me do a little quick save. There is auto saves, but I always like to know there's a manual save as well, you know? We've all been there when the auto save's not quite as recent as we'd like. Hotel Ubu. I mean, if they're not shifty looking characters, I don't know what is.
The guy looked just like a weasel.
Yeah.
The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot.
Staring at them.
The lobby was quiet, almost deserted.
We did go down the alleyway as well.
The sign listed the price of rooms, and boy, were they expensive. The killer...
Oh, I didn't read that.
The killer must have been earning a fat wad to pay for accommodation like this.
Right, we won't go down the alleyway yet. Guess we'll talk to these guys.
Excuse me?
Yeah?
Do you happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
I'm sorry to be a burden on your brain. You ever meet a guy called Plantow?
No, I ain't.
You missed your chance. If you're quick, you'll catch him at the coroner's.
Good bounce.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him. Oh, that's too bad. I love the clowns, don't you?
I've seen daytime television that was funnier.
I love it when the little guys get hyped.
That figures.
Custard pies, hose pipe down the pants, then smack! A plank in the kisser.
What do these... Oh, never mind. Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
Nope.
Yeah, they don't really.
Do you recognize this tissue?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
Ooh!
Time's up, so I'll tell you. It's a used tissue.
If you say so.
Why are we quizzing him? I can't do the
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
Is this a trick question?
No,
Okay then. Nope, I don't.
We're gonna do it.
Shake my hand.
Nah.
Oh, rats.
Okay.
See you later.
Not if you see me first.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Same to you of everything.
Have you heard of a guy called...
No.
Okay.
I'm looking...
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I really am.
There are no clowns here.
Do you know a man by the name of Khan?
No, I don't.
It's very important I get to see him.
I told you. I don't know it.
Will you shake my hand?
Are you joking?
Damn, no one wants to shake my hand.
Do you recognize...
No.
Right, they're not playing.
What is...
Are you...
Oh, yes.
You are...
Have you ever seen...
No.
What is...
Hardly.
Okay, guys.
Forget it.
Well, we go in or should we go down the side? Go down the side first. Just in case there's any funny business. There's actually nothing to click. At all. 0 things to click. Okay. Maybe we'll just remember that that is locked. Here we go. Beautiful.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight.
I mean, she's very talented, though.
The figure of a sexless youth was frozen in mid-skip with a silly grin on its stone lips. I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce.
Oh, is that he's the guy from the newspaper then? And then we can go upstairs. So let's to you first. I don't want to interrupt her playing. Oh, and there's a phone.
Excuse me,
So there's just a
didn't
phone
I
in most
see your
places.
picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life?
Such a weird
You
thing
know,
to say to
mysterious
someone.
phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh,
Okay.
well, this...
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
Have you seen a clown?
I beg you.
The clown. A guy in...
My pants are from England. Marks and Spencer.
Hey, big up
I'm
Marks and
real
Spencer.
glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
May I shake you by the hand?
I do not shake.
Now, that's a real bad
Imperialist
attitude
dogs.
problem. Do you reckon he calls himself Khan?
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective.
Where is he?
What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
Interesting. So he's...
Does this
observing
goo
Khan.
smeared tissue mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, I think that's...
Thanks for your help.
From you.
Goodbye.
I have to interrupt you now, love. Sorry.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment, I thought. But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to
Like,
speak.
these are gross things.
You
that she's
appear
saying right now.
distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Plump beef of England is just... That's just a whole
I'm
phrase.
looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
Sure.
That's
We've
correct, ma'am.
decided I am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is
Oh.
Dick.
Precisely.
Oh! This is absolute filth.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan.
Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead.
Brilliant.
Organizes fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
Oh,
I know plenty of men with Italian
Stop.
suits and bulges in their pockets.
oh,
That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
she's absolute filth.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed
She's
with
my
his
favourite
cocker van.
NPC so far.
Not at all what I was expecting.
Very funny.
I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was
Ooh,
until last night.
what happened last night?
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It
Whoa.
was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes,
Is it
that
him?
suave manner, those tight
Is it
trousers.
the Nobel Prize
He
guy?
was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Interesting.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Moelin.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him!
That's
That's
Merlin.
Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally
Yeah, I
deranged.
feel like we need to take her on
Merlin?
a date.
You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Mm.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. You know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Okay.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Mm.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would. Would you like to shake my hand, ma'am?
Now, George, there's no need to be so formal. We met as tourists, and I want to keep it that way, despite the enormous social gulf between us.
Damn, no one will shake my hand. I don't think I need to do those, right?
I have to go, ma'am.
What a pleasure it was. Where's the clerk?
The clerk wore a
He already looks
disdainful
offended by
expression,
me,
like
yeah.
he'd been born with it.
He looks offended.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel. Hanging from a brass
That'll be his
hook
key,
was
probably.
a key and a plastic tag.
Well, let's go.
I want some information.
Earplugs
Are
in.
you the police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Okay.
Do you know a man named Plantow?
No, man.
I'm looking for...
This is a...
He didn't come in
there
with
are
the
no-
clown
If you
outfit.
say so.
Just need to go...
Do you recognize...
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
Can you tell me which room the man in the photograph has taken?
Oh, no, monsieur.
Would it make a difference if I told...
We are accustomed to catering for celebrities, monsieur. Movie stars, politicians, royalty, sporting personalities, they all stay here.
What about murderers, though?
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes,
I did about 15 times,
Did
right?
I show...
Okay, that's exhausted that. I want the key.
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
21.
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No, the
Oh.
guests checked out this morning.
Interesting.
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Damn.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry.
Rats.
Okay.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
Can I look in
There was no one registered, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Okay, well, I'm assuming I have to go upstairs then and get some sort of ID. I don't know. But Merlin's 22 and those keys are for 21.
The sign on the door read 21.
I'm not going to get in, am I?
The door was locked.
Yeah, where I don't know where we're staying because if we haven't got a passport, where is it?
The sign on the door read 22. If the tailor's description was correct,
Correct. We break in?
the door was locked.
Can I use this on the door? No. About 23.
Room number 23. The door was locked.
Good. Can't click on those doors. So up here, the only thing to interact with is the doors that I've just done. I haven't got anything else to get me in. Okay. I get her help? Distract him, maybe?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me?
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much
course they
use in
would.
this case.
Or
But
is
a
it 'cause
good
he's
dose
gay?
of English
we go.
arrogance might do the trick.
Go on, then. Go on, love.
I say, you there, flunky.
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my dear.
Look at the way he walks. Fabulous. Thank you, you legend. Thank you, thank you. So, keys to 21.
Maybe
That
it
was
wasn't the right
expertly
room,
done.
but this was the right key.
Okay, well, initial reaction. There is no connecting door at all.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe.
It would need to be a door through that wall.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
The fuck is camphor? The only other thing to interact with is this
A
cabinet.
cabinet stood beside the bed. The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No
Ew.
kidding, it really did.
Is that it? Can't be it. That is it. Let's get the first hint of the game. Having determined how the murderous clown escaped through the sewers, George teams up, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're staying at the hotel, right, okay, yeah, hint. I need to check Khan's hotel room. How do I gain access? You do have a hotel key to one room, at least. There's a cooldown, which I think I can change, but haven't. I mean... Ah! A window, my bad. A white volatile crystalline substance with an aromatic smell and bitter taste. Interesting. Thank you very much for the definition. Right, let's get out there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's badass. Right then, Khan. Slash Merlin. You've kept this nice and tidy.
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
There's going to be the bed. Oh, a briefcase. And then the wardrobe. Quick nap.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
It is scary music, isn't it? Yeah. He could be back any minute.
There was nothing in the pockets of the pants.
What about the briefcase?
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected,
Nothing.
It was empty.
I mean, that's everything. Oh. Oh! Oh.
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Get to the window. Get to the window. Do it automatically. Oh boy, there's the trousers.
The pants matched the jacket which the killer had lost in Paris.
What have we got there?
I couldn't believe my luck when I found 2 items in the pockets of the pants. The first was an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. The second was a pass card which read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Okay, well let's go back to my room. We can have a look at them. I'm assuming that'll bring up a new place on the map.
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Yeah, let's see if there are new locations I can go to then. When we can leave with this key. Although let's show our findings.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George.
Yeah.
I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
Yeah, I'll ask the guy at the counter.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I got the key. I have...
Will he know if that club is in Paris? He's not local.
Hello again. Does the...
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I... You...
No.
Thanks.
Good.
Okay, let's ask him.
What now?
Does this...
No, miss.
What?
Does this...
That is
That's right. I want to see what he's left in your...
impossible.
Damn.
You're making a...
Maybe.
Okay, fine, but I'm not giving it back.
Thank-
Right, let's leave them. We've made some great progress here.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your
Oh,
problem?
they're looking grabby.
No problem. If you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
What are you going to take off me?
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What are you expecting
What?
me to have?
I had a report.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
Can I ask them about that?
Hey. I didn't think much of your trick, little man. I don't know what you're looking for, but you picked on the wrong guy. Maybe you'll spread the word around the sewers. George Stobart is on the case. That's Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's.
There's only one T in the
It sounded
sentence.
impressive to me, but the weasel didn't seem to share my enthusiasm. Still, I figured he'd think twice before gunning me down in the street in cold blood.
I do not like your tone.
Oh, yeah? And what are you gonna do about it?
If you do not go away, I will gun you down in cold blood.
Damn, that's
Right
specifically what we
here
thought
in
he
this
wouldn't
street.
do.
Without thinking twice about it.
Does this...
It is just a...
Do you know a guy?
No.
Okay.
Forget it.
What about you? Last chance.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Don't you...
Huh?
I'm an American citizen.
What?
You can't touch me up in the street.
Get...
Oh, you don't want to talk at all. Alright, so has that at least shown 2 new locations? No. Unless we go back to her place and ask her about those items. I think she is my partner in crime. Hello. Like you said,
I
just walk
found
in
the
now.
address of the hotel where Khan the Killer stayed.
Yeah? Is he still there?
If he is, he's changed his name.
I mean, we saw him. So, be honest with her.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it.
Is
there anything written inside it?
No, what were you
Maybe ask one of the
expecting?
police maybe
If
about
this
that.
was a movie,
They're
there'd
locals.
be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir. I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
You're not much help, are you? Why does that come up now?
What are
again?
you doing to help?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of
Yeah?
the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet.
Brilliant.
I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Patience.
Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
Hmm.
Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Why?
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Yeah, has it unlocked
you
any
should
more phone
shoot.
things?
Thanks.
No. So I imagine I'll have to go to the police or something.
See you later.
Where are you?
I could go back to the Hotel Ubu, I guess. Whatever those 2 thugs are after must be important.
Oh. Why would I go back to the Hotel Ubu? I don't know what they were searching for, but they wouldn't tell me. Something in the safe, right? It's going to be something in the safe, but I don't have a room. Is there another hint I can get? Clerk won't give me something in the safe. He might respond to another earful. Oh, is it going to be like maybe using the woman again to... Okay, I need to remember that for the next stream. It is to go back to that hotel. So that's going to be it for today's stream, I'm afraid. What a lovely game. I really, really like it. It's very good. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I think it's about 10 hours, this game. So it'll be, yeah, hopefully about 5 streams. So we will pick this back up next weekend, either the same time, same day, or similar sort of time on the Sunday. We shall see. But yeah, good game. Thanks for coming along. Anyone watching after the fact, hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you can come along to the next stream when it happens. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You'll get another couple of videos as per usual next week. The next episode of Still Wakes the Deep will be up next week. I'll probably put those up, prioritize those to get that series out. But yeah, have a nice rest of your Saturday and weekend, and I will see you soon in the next one. Cheers.